Alrighty, here we go again. Yesterday was this piece. Put this piece in. I finished welding this all the way across on the cowl here. Took the flapper wheel and took it off. I'm kind of liking the flapper wheel, the sandpaper wheel that I'm buying now. It's really scrubs the weld off really quick. Really like it. This piece here, I welded it up once. I grounded it off really nice. And I welded it up again because I was welding that, and why not put a little bit more meat on that so I can grind that and get rid of some pinholes and whatever. Little pockets in the weld. So what happened is I've welded that twice. Not necessary, but I did it because I wanted the weld on there so I could shape it a little bit better with the grinder to make it feel good. Yesterday I cut the roof in the end there, and I cut it shy. You know, probably wasn't paying attention like I should have been. And I'm happy that it ended up that way. And because the metal that we were using, I had to do more work to prepare it than I could have just bought a piece and put it on. The piece that we had, it would have fit pretty good if I would have cut it the right size. It had the right patina. It had the right look, I guess. But in the end, it would have caused more work. When you're welding it on, it's a flat piece of metal. There's no tension to it. It has some shape, but it has no tension to it. It has, it's been stretched to where it needs to be. And when you weld it, it's free to warp again, like it very much is. Any way that you cover a roof in, I guess it doesn't matter. I mean, there's many ways to skin a cat. You can take a piece out of a roof like we tried. Only reason we did that is because of the patina. Yeah, that's the only reason we did that. I generally wouldn't do that. But as I cut it short, I'm happy. You can put I've seen people put the ribs in the roof, like the van roofs or like that, and weld them in them. Are probably a pretty good roof because they have that structure in them to keep them nice and strong. But, you have ribs in your roof then. Ribs in the roof in this thing wouldn't look bad, to be honest with you, but we haven't got it. We're going with a brand new piece of metal. I've seen, you can buy a roof skin like we cut out of that one there that's all plenished, hammered out and dealt with. But I generally just like to take a piece of metal, and we're going to show you on this video. Me and Jolene she's going to have to help me. And I'll show you exactly how I put a roof on a Model A or a 32, 34, or whatever it does not have a roof on and has a hole in it. I can generally put a roof in it and have still tension, if you know what I'm trying to say. If I put a flat piece of metal on it, it's going to hang down. If I make cross members, which I can, that's called time. Well, there's going to have to be something in it for a headliner anyways, or something welded across there. But to make each cross member in the roof, like, where do you tack it onto? Do you, weld it right to your roof? Do you weld it to the side? I got some metal over there, I suppose. But generally, I don't do that. I'll just roll a piece of metal and stick it on. It's about probably the easiest application to do, and I hope it works out for me and you. So this is the piece that we're going to put in right now. Me and Jolene are. I'm going to get her to help me. The piece on the top. It probably was like a canvas or something, canvas insert, but we're not going there. We want to just put the top in the car, and that's basically it. The car, to recap the car, this car is only in here because I had a scratch and an itch, and I had to itch it. And I bring it in, and I just wanted to play with it. Like, this car sat out in the junk there for, it's going on 3 years now. It's sat out there in the junk, and it's been just on my mind. Every time I walk by it, there's a couple videos where I walk out in the junkyard. If you go back to them videos, walk out in the junkyard, and I say I see a Bugatti in that. Well, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Also, I want to thank everybody for the comments, man. We're giving hats away again today. Awesome. Also, this car, I'm going to work on this probably to the end of the week. I don't want to give anybody shock or anything because, the YouTube page is growing. We're happy. But in all honesty, the truth of the matter is I have a couple obligations that I want to finish in order to do this. So I will just let you know that I'm probably going to back off this probably this week, Friday or whatever. But I got to go get Jim's car, and I want to finish John's air station. So I'm happy that the station's growing, but just hang with us. I got a couple things I want to do, and then you can point or help point in the direction that you'd like to see. Jolene's car's got to come back in here. I got the arms for it. The 40's kind of just always been a project that's never been finished, and you know, it gets slapped around once in a while, you know what I mean? I chop it, throw it outdoors. I put some body fill, I chop it and throw it outdoors. Or I fix the door skin, I throw it. That's what it's been. This is, to me, is a piece of just having fun making art. That's all it is making art. I hope I know there's young people watching. I know there's Eli's young fellas are watching, are they not? A couple hot rodders. And as they see, you know, I think their father builds hot rods. But as they watch or whatever, their eyes can become bigger and see more stuff with the antique cars and the pieces, like how I'm going putting this stuff together, or anybody really. But I really feel passionate about the young people that can see a piece of junk and make something. And I think Eli's two young fellas can. And it's kind of good that, yeah, I'm happy for them. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to pull this out. We're going to get into the roller. Got a piece of metal over there. There's nothing really to show you. I guess I welded this all the way across. I'm happy with that piece going all the way across. I didn't weld by the air conditioner because I didn't have it out, hadn't got it moved, but I'm happy with the way I welded it. I'm going to pull this out, baby. Also, again, when I'm grinding this car, I do not want to grind any of the metal that's on it now. I want to grind the weld, and sometimes that's a hard thing. Sometimes, because it's hard to handle when you're grinding something. Sometimes, when you're using a grinder. Also, what have we got done on this side? Let me pull this out. Come on this side, sweetheart. This piece has been put in. This piece has been put in, and I welded it on that body line there. I can take a little grinder and show you why, because that'll grind off really nice, and I can make it look like that. That's what happened there. This one here, I welded up underneath, and I got a piece right here that I did not. I just put it on top. I might flash another piece of green metal to there and weld it up there. I just want that set, the line set there for a post. I got this piece welded to the wheel well itself, so it can't come out. So the wheel well is welded in around the back. The roof has been welded. And that's just some stuff that I've been doing as trying to get some welding done. I can't keep it all tacked, you know. I can, but I got to weld it up after a while sometime. But that's what's going on right at the present moment. So that piece is in. On the other side, it has to be put in. But we're moving forward slowly. And like I'm trying to do it on video so everybody can see how I'm doing it, you know. So what we have probably, how many hours we got filmed in it? 10 hours. I probably got 20 hours in it. Probably there's probably 20 hours there. Probably, time. I have to count this cleaning up stuff and putting away and that sort of stuff. Got to count it because it takes time. I can't say it doesn't, because it does. Well, this is just a roller, 4-foot roller. I use this quite a bit. Just got to bring it out further. That thing will tip over some easy. Why is that thing rolling so terrible? It'll tip over some heavy. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to roll a piece of metal through it and see what kind of roll it's going to give me. I don't want to roll my metal right around until it touches each other. I just want to put a little roll in it. And we'll put a brand new piece down over top of that. Ooh, I can't wait. There's the brand new piece of metal. We got that from Ryan Dickey. He bought that just for that roof, didn't he? Ha. So I just want to get a little piece of metal. There's the Bugatti Window. I'm just going to put it through the roller. I threw all the metal, all the paper patterns away, so. Someone was saying on the internet that this is quite a wide opening for the front. Can't remember the name, but yes, I agree. It seems wide. I haven't put anything in there. I got the grill outside. I'm not going to put it on yet because it's not time yet. But I'm basically going to tie it down to the table and go from there to see what happens. Put a roof in it. I want to get these pieces on. I want to do so much. That's absolutely probably right on the money. Could roll it a little bit more maybe. And then where I'll roll it a little bit more is for the back. It's not a bad, I didn't hurt that none, did I, sweetheart? Huh? One Bugatti to another. So I'm going to get a piece of metal. I probably won't measure it. I'll probably get inside the car and trace it. Oh well. Just goes to show you, it doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter who you are, who you think you are. There's always mistakes to be had. And those who learn from their mistakes are generally the quickest ones. Generally. I'm a slow learner when it comes to that stuff sometimes. But what I can say is I don't give up. Basically it. I don't give up. You know. I'm trying to make something. I don't want to give up. I don't want to give up. Just going to measure this for a second. Measure and tape. Marker it in my pocket. And my beautiful lady filming today. Jolene looks amazing today. She always does. She always looks amazing. 4 feet. That should go through that roller. And it does. Yes, it does. So we're going to roll this piece of metal. Actually, I'll probably just lay it up there flat for now. And I can't get inside. Well, I can get inside of it, but here we go. And what it means by white coat is it's got a... I'll just wait until I do that. She's still got nails in her. Gee. What I mean by white coat's just a coating on the metal. It's for, so it does not rust. So, excuse me, so it does not rust. I'm just going to line it up in the front. Good. Good. To look down, see if it's set. Ouch. Slow down, he'll say, slow down. I'm just excited that we get another piece of metal to do the roof again. That's what I'm excited about. Let me shove it over just a bit. Just a little bit. That's good enough. I'm going to crawl in there. Maybe. Don't have to crawl in there. I don't have to. Now, I'm not going to cut it this size. I'm going to cut it bigger than the size that I'm marking. But it's going to give me the basic shape of the roof when I turn it over. Why not, eh? I could measure it out. Yes, I could, but the truth is right there. You've seen how I framed it up already. Yeah, I really do like taking the measuring out of building a car because it does sometimes get confused or confused when you use what you have or use things around you that you have that keep the same measurement. I find that it's just easy to take it. It's there. Why would you not? It's there. Now you can see I've got lines all the way around that, so I'm going to have to add, you know, I'd add probably a roll of tape all the way around the whole thing to make sure I have enough. What I mean by roll of tape, just tape it off. I think I'm marked. So, if I put, I'll leave that there. And I'm going to put tape around the outside line. I'll turn it over. Let's do it. Let's do it. I'm happy about yesterday. That roof would have been terrible to weld in. It would have been terrible. Still got the back window. Didn't ruin the back window. What I really wanted out of it. Okay, there's our roof skin. Thanks for the metal, Ryan. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. And he's the guy that had the 48 Ford that we fixed the chop on that. These old car parts, you know, people call me all the time talking about car parts they see in the woods and that sort of stuff. And that's because of stuff like this that, you know, you're able to do if you want to use your imagination. And that's basically what Hot Wheels is all about, is it not? Imagination. Your imagination, yeah. Now I'm just putting this on there to make it bigger so it fits. So I'm just going to go up here and take a measurement of this tape. So I had it on the line, so I put tape on there. It should cover, if you know what I'm trying to say. I marked this line out. This is the tape I'm using, so I'm saying it's going to cover. I'll just put this on there like that. I might be going a little foolish on this, but it's worth it this time, I think. Don't you, baby? Think it's worth it this time? Yeah, it's probably worth it. It's probably worth it. And all I'm going to do is go around the tape line and I'll stop drawing a marker to draw that on there. Just going with this line here. Same distance. A little bigger there. Come around like that. That should have us. So we'll follow the outside of the green line around the corner, around there, and that. What am I going to cut it with? I'm going to cut plasma cutter. I'm going to cut it. Plasma cutter's faster, isn't it? I need a bench. Put that metal up on if I can. I'll get a bench. The reason I'm going to use the plasma cutter instead of the thing, it's too hard to hold on that. Got no gear to chop it off in the big Beverly shear. It's too big for the Beverly shear. The grinder, I don't want to use the grinder on it. I'll get a bench and we'll use the old plasma cutter. The plasma cutter, I see lots of people talking about the plasma cutter. I got this plasma cutter at my local Napa store. The only problem I've ever had with it is getting tips. I think they found the tips for me now, and I've been using it all along. The ground cord has ripped off once, but that's of using rough. That's what that's from. But it's a handy little tool. I've been using it more and more all the time, basically to speed up the process. You know, nowadays when you like I've said it before, when you see a home being built, the guy with the air nailer will frame your house up a lot quicker than the guy with the hammer, guaranteed. And if that person has become good at it, it can become very quick with the right person in the hands. Right hand's the right person. So as I use this, and the only reason I do use it is for speed. That's the only reason I use it. It's not because it's accurate and it's got the best cuts. It's speed. It also, what can I say? Leaves a little bit of slag once in a while. And that could be because of me. But I'm probably thinking it's because of I'm cutting metal. That's probably why. Get along a little faster here. Get along my step a little faster. Nope, don't need my knee pads. Just take my gloves. There's a pair of gloves for you, sweetheart, when you come on board here. Okay, baby? I've also got a badass tool I'm going to show you that I guess a new friend from California sent me. Rod's Hot Rods. Rod Romano. Rod's Hot Rods. He sent me this Plenishing Hammer. I've never ever used one. I'm kind of half scared of it, but I've always wanted one, you know. I've always wanted one because I have messed up a roof on things before, and that Plenishing Hammer, I'm going to show you right now, just for shits and giggles. This Plenishing Hammer he sent me, sent me this. Rod's Hot Rods, California. Romano Hot Rods. Well, his name's Rod. Romano Hot Rods. But anyways, he sent me this as a Plenishing Hammer with all the dies. I have yet to use it. I'm kind of scared of it. It would take a good muscle man to use it. And if anything happens on that, I can't wait to try it. You know, I'm going to have to try it. And let's face it. And I am in the game where, you know, that would be necessary a lot. You know, I have that old Merc I chopped out there, and I kind of got her laid down a little bit. I wouldn't mind, you know, using that thing right there will stretch that and make that come up and do whatever you please. Alrighty. And now I'm going to hold my breath and cut this. Now I'm on the inside of the line. Make sure I don't see. Double checking. Here we go. Another thing with this thing too, as I cut this, the little shear, the little hand shear that you try to cut it with, it will stretch the metal and bend the sides up and stuff. This thing here doesn't bend it, doesn't seem to warp it. It goes too fast. You can see that it's only burnt that far out beyond where I'm cutting it, so you know where the heat's going. There's way more heat in a Megan than this thing. Way more. Got the ground on? Yeah, I do. I do. Saves on grinder just too, eh? Just want that piece of tape up there a little bit. This is just cheap tape. I'm just using it because it is cheap. That's all I'm using it for, that's why. Makes it fast, doesn't it? Gotta love it. You can see the heat, like you can just see the little tiny bit of the heat coming up there. There's not very much heat going on there when we're doing it, you know. Going a little fast. Now, I got this front up here. That front fits. I can take it back off. I can cut it again. I'm just going to peel the tape off right at the present moment. I could cut it and be dangerous. Not dangerous, I traced it. Should be fine, shouldn't we? If I cut it now. Huh? What do you think? Huh? Go for it. Make my day. I took Jolene out for breakfast this morning because I love her so much. That's why. That's why. And she deserves it. All right, that's our skin there. I've got it marked in the front. We're a little bit big on the side. We're a little bit big in the back. I'm going to cut the front. What the hey? We're all set here, ready to rock and roll. You know, let's do it. Let's do it. See if we can't screw two roofs up. Then you'll really get to see me react. Then you'll find out. Then you'll see bad Chad. Didn't want to cut that twice, but going too fast. Just like that. Hickory-dickory-dock. We've got slag. Picture frame. That might be shape. I like how the tape, we just taped it off on the hood. I like how it looks like that. It really brings it alive. Brings it alive. Flip this over. My tune taking too long? Okay, good. That's good. That's good. Shouldn't have maybe tried for the roof yesterday anyways, you know what I mean? Got that piece on, you know, whenever trying to get it. We have to sort of keep it within the hour. It takes some time to load it and to do all the stuff that she has to do. Then you got to figure in, she has to make the, well, has to, you know, do everything she has to do. But what am I thinking? You cannot put anything with the video. If you start cutting and slicing and dicing, we'd never be able to get a video on a day. There's no way possible. It takes time to do that sort of stuff. So there's no edits. we put on what we do, and we feel good about it because we have nothing to hide from. Nothing. All we're doing is building a car and sharing it with you. Right now, I'm just knocking the slag off it. That's all I'm doing. So, if you want to get creative, like me and Jolene, and try to get, content, if there's anybody out there that wants to get content and get their YouTube page going, it's pretty hard. If you want content, you really have to be real and be able to do what you say you can do to keep people alive. And what I mean by alive is interested. There's probably some people out there that's missing out on something like this, because I know a few good people that are really good at stuff like this, and that could be doing the exact same thing, It's going good, going good. No slag at all in there. That's where they cut. No, it's where I cut. I cut that. Nice. I was trying to give them the credit, and it was me. Just using a square hammer. It's just going along, sliding along that. I'm not doing anything other than knocking off slag. Nothing. Not stretching, not hitting, not nothing. Just scraping the slag off. Have to grind that one off, maybe. Grinder right there. And all that'll do is hold you up off of making a true read when you weld it down. Everything on the car, before I weld it, I try to make sure it's tight down. That's what the third arm for, is to hold it tight while you weld it. Everything is nice and tight down. It's going good. It's going good. Arts and crafts. Arts and crafts. Now, this is a sheet of metal that we have. I'm going to try it on the roof. Drum roll, please. And if it does not fit, I will not quit. Alrighty, now we're looking like something. There we go. Looking good. Whole wheat shreddies. Jolene's going to jump in with me. She's going to put the camera down on the... You should turn off my mic so we can talk and they can hear you talk.
They can't hear us if it's over here.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. Yeah, it's true. It's a good thing I do have the mic on then. Where do you want me to move it? Right there? Okay, she's just going to film away there. We're going to have to move the camera for a second. It's part of the job, man. We are in lockdown here in Nova Scotia. It's really, it's just a trying time for everybody again. And I like... You must admit, to have a sport like this is probably the right time to have it, is fixing old cars while this is going on, because it really does not affect my daily, if you know what I'm trying to say. It does not affect my daily. Jolene's my daily. All right, so this, you can see how the roof is laying down there right now. You can see that. How it swoops down in, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take that metal, put it through this roller, and I'm just looking there now. She has a little more on one side than the other. Jolene's going to come over and help me. My lovely Jolene. Loretta Lynn used to sing about her, and I talk about her. Not Loretta Lynn. Dolly Parton, Loretta Lynn. See, I'm wrong again. Yes, please. Yes, please. On the thing. That should be good. So what we're just going to do is going to roll this out. I have a little engine in the corner that someday, it's a 327, 300 horse, camel hump heads. Yeah. And the metal was flat there. You see, as I laid it across, it didn't much matter which way it goes. Doesn't matter which way it goes. I'm going to do it this way because we had it on there that way. So you're going to do the wheeling, baby, through the wheeler. So basically, I'm just going to set this up there. I'm going to get Jolene to wheel it through for me. Yeah. What I'm doing, just putting it through the roller. I'm not doing nothing special to it. We just put a little roll on it. Keep going. If I have to do it again, we will. Hard to do? Harden your muscles? Huh?
A little bit.
Put your chest in. Get off that car. There you go. All right, we're going to have to do it again. Maybe I'll hold it, and I'll roll it, and you hold it. How's that? Okay. We're going to do it again. There's not much roll in that, I see. And what we are doing by rolling that is stretching that metal, believe it or not. I'll get you geared up. You come over here. We're stretching that metal. You're going to just hold it there, okay? You want both ends in at the same. We're just going to turn that up a couple. 3, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. We'll get a little roll in her this time. All right, you want to come to the front side? I know in the back it needs a little more roll. You hold that there, baby. We'll do a little more on her. See if we can't get that back to look a little more rolled. Just hold it up a little bit. Hold it up like that, yeah. Alrighty, let's take it out and take a look. Not bad. This is 18 gauge. Let's stick it up there. That's what I'm going to do. Stick it up there. And all I did is roll it through a certain distance. You want to go the other side there and jump up on the frame table there, baby? Just grab it. All I did was roll it a certain distance and then pretended I knew where the back was. If you know what I'm saying. I tightened that down a little bit more and rolled it more. You see that? That's all I did. So now I see that the metal is almost falling where it needs to go. We're up a little bit. You can see we got about an inch there, right? I think we want more. So we'll do it again at that roll. And I'll tighten the end up on this one a little bit more again, so we'll do it again. We're going to do it again. We have a little bit of roll. We had about an inch gap. When you laid the metal down on there, we had about an inch gap, so we know it's up a little bit. That's what we want, but we want it up a little bit higher, probably a couple inches maybe. And that way there, when we push it down, when we weld it, it still wants to come back up, so it hauls that roof up with it. On the edges, that's in there tight. On the edges where it welds on, that's where we're going to have to do a little bit of work around the corners and stuff like that. And that's called the shrinking process or the whatever. We're going to do this. You want to go the other side? Try to hold it up in the air if you will, possible. Please and thank you. We're going to get there. We're going to give her a 1, 2. Give her a 1, 2, 3. Hold it up in the air if you can. There we go. Good, good, good. Alrighty. The other side. I'm so glad you smiled at me. She could have given me a different look. Couldn't you, baby? You could have. I'm daring like that sometimes, huh? Huh? Give her a spank in the morning. There's now we're talking. Now that we have that up like that, pull this up to the front. Can you pull your side? Or she caught the nails. So what we're going to do is just going to line this front up here. We can line that up. Line that up pretty well, butt that up perfectly. Well, your side could have a little more off and come ahead to fit. My side's really good. So this is what we're going to do. If you want to get your camera, and we'll just walk around and take a look and talk about it. I am not going to do anything to the roof. Like I'm not going to cut this off. I'm not going to do any of that stuff right now. I don't want to do that. I'd rather cut it off later. I'd rather go in and zip cut it off later when I got it welded down to the roof. I'm going to lay it on top. I'm not going to try to butt it. I want that advantage where that's up in the air to pull that roof up. Also, I want it to be strong. And 3, I can get a tighter fit, nicer fit by zip cutting that and peeling it off later if I want to. Peeling it off later like a soup can. You know how you take that little key. It's in cam, I think. You have a little key and you turn it around and peel the top off. Well, if you take a piece of metal, if it's laid on there, if you overlapped it, I overlapped this. Did not want to butt it on. There was no sense. So when I overlapped it and put it on, if I want to take the piece off behind it, I just score it, and you can rip it right off without even affecting or touching that metal. And this is what I find, the metal is so much tighter together than as it is if you did an inch and then laid it on or whatever. If you try to butt weld it. When you butt weld, it looks like dog's ass on the inside generally. It really does. As I'm going here, I got this side fitting really nice. That side over there, I could take a little bit off to bring it down so I can butt weld that front or tack it on the front. We don't have to butt weld it. We can tack it on the front. You see we got a little gap going on there. And all I have to do is knock that back a little bit. I'm going to go to the back of the car and make sure everything is covering. Everything is going to be covered. We're good. We're good. We're close, but we're good. Also, now, this has come to another thing. I'm probably going to... that fits so good. I'm just going to screw it down with some I'm going to screw this down with some self-tappers because it's fitting so good. That's exactly what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to do anything other than that right now, just because, actually, I'm going to make that fit better on that side because if I do not get that fitting better before I tack it down or screw it down, then I will have a gap that I don't want. And I don't want you to start using coat hanger on the roof. I do not want to do that. Nice. I like how this fit. I can just put a little tiny bit of filler over that there, a little bit of filler over that. Beautiful. Beautiful. See, we get that on there like that. See, now there, right there is what you call nice. When you get stuff fitting like that, when you're cutting it with a plasma cutter, I might be blowing my own horn, but I really enjoy when stuff fits like that. All right, I'm going to ask you to come down just so I can get up beside you there and get that metal. Yes, so sometimes in life when things don't work out right and you make a mistake, sometimes it's for the best. And that's why I don't mind making mistakes. I say I don't mind making mistakes. Let's face it, I don't mind making mistakes that I don't know. When I know better and I make a mistake, that's when I really care. That's when a mistake really counts. or I think. I'm going to tack that on the front. I can't help it. I'm going to tack it on, push it in the back. So I'm going to turn the welder on. Move this bench. We've actually built a car, in my opinion, we've actually built a car out of something that probably, well, I got this car from John Best. He's probably had it 20, 30 years and he's building there. But in actual fact, this car would be disregarded in many, many cases. And I'm so happy that John is a car collector like myself and kept it, you know, because it deserves another life. It deserves another life. I'm just going to tack it with no helmet. I don't know why I'm talking like that. It deserves another life, but it's just cool that we're able to fix it, you know. That's what's cool about it. And I am just tacking it where it's flush and where it fits good. That's basically the end of it. Just so I can't pull it off. See, I'm going to pull it down the back. I've got an inch on either side. I think I've got somewhat. We'll see what happens when I might have to cut one off. See if I haven't got it straight, you know. This way here. That, jeez. You know, like, I'm going to have to stick it down. I got to stick it down. It fits so good. I'm going to do it with self-tappers too. Where did I put those at? Over there. I'm going to stick it down with self-tappers. We might even, well, it doesn't matter if we get weld on it today or not, as long as we get it in place where we can weld it. If you know what I'm saying with self-tappers, I can put the weld to it. It's just, it's fitting so good, I might just self-tap it down and start welding. You give me that confused look. What do you mean? I'm going to do it with the self-tappers right now. Jolene's going to say he's going to weld it and chase it back. Jeez, it looks good. This actually could come over this side a bit. Or that back of that roof can come down a bit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to actually, I'm going to zip cut this roof here, and I'm going to zip cut that roof back again. I'm going to cut it open. And the reason being is, come here, you see this? See this? When I put that up, you get a thing going. It's not coming down on it. I like to see the roof get a little flatter there. I got a little more room on the other side, but yeah, this one's a little flatter. This one's brought down a little bit better. But that one over there, you can tell that it's up. It's got a point. This one fits better. I'm going to cut it. Oh, I'm going to cut it. Haven't thrown any of the metal out yet because I might need it. I might need some of it. So what I'm going to do, I wonder if anybody in the old classy poo can tell me when I cut this corner and let it down, what am I doing? I'm shrinking the metal. I got to shrink that corner to come down because it does not look right. And how I shrink it is I take a metal away from it. Take metal away from it. I want to see where the other cut is on the other side. And the reason being is, if I cut it on, I'm going to move this. If I cut it on the other side, where I cut it, if I cut it on the other side, and I cut it on this side, and I get in the back, and it's two different cuts, one's up here. I'd rather cut them both in the same place, sort of. You know, if I can. That crossed over without even batting an eye. You know, ooh, that looks better, don't it? Ah, come to daddy, come to daddy. I'm going to put one on the other side, and then I'll come over this side. So what we'll do is we'll work it back. That side, that side, that side, that side. And then if we get any puckers, we're not going to you can see that, bring that up with that metal because we've got pressure on it, right? This wants to stay up. I'm going to come to your side, sweetheart, and take a look back and forth. If we bent the metal or rounded the metal, you can still see that it wants to come up. So there's obviously pressure on that other side. In there. Got to be. And that way there, we're putting integrity back into the roof of the car. Don't want to strip it, just want to make it fit. This here can be pushed up, butt weld all the way across. Beautiful. You are, Jolene. Beautiful. Man, I'm so glad we cut that roof too short. Did you produce that? No, she did not. No, she did not. She's good, but huh? You liked it though? Jolene said that's YouTube pay dirt. Me screwing up. All right. Beautiful. Now I can even knock that up some too if when we get hammered. That looks nice. Nice. You can still see, look, still put my finger in it, so you know we've got pressure on that. It's pulling up. You know it. It's even tucking that down that it's pulling so hard. So when I pull that up, it still that has pressure because it's. I'll be quiet for a second. There. Look at that. Now, if the roof, if we had more roll the other way, we would have put the skin on the other way. This roof has got this. If you had a, it all depends what roof you're putting it on too, eh? Eh? That's the Canadian in me, eh? Beautiful. I wonder if I should have cut the other one or the other one's fitting good. I got to cut that again. I'm going to cut that again on the other side because it seems like this side fits so gorgeous. We're going to the other side. And I'm just going to cut it in the exact same place. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut them zip weld or them spot welds that I put on, and do it that way. What's that, sweetheart? I'm here now. Yeah, I can push it back over, can't I? Come on, Chad. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Got her? Good. I'm going to zip cut that because that's going to go down more. You can still see the pressure that it has. Look, if that was flat, it'd be laying right down. Boom, 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 boom. And what I'll do is I'll screw that down, and I'll screw that down tight. I'll leave maybe a screw over here and a screw over here, then I'll zip cut it again because it's going to be overlapped. Then I can butt weld it, right? Because in all honesty, we're shrinking it. We're trying to take metal out of it. If I'm putting it roof down on top of it and I can't cut it, I'll cut it after I screw it. I'll cut it after I screw it. Feeling really good over here, so that's what we're going to do. What I like to do is put my hand underneath, hold the metal up as I push down, Common sense, I guess, for some. Beautiful. Awesome. Now, I feel like I'm far enough back. Yeah, better not, because I can get a bubble across the back. We're just going to keep going this way. Jolene, you holding that camera different, or is it just me? Ah. Ooh, I love it. I am going to put another one on this side. Now, you remember, there's no braces in that whatsoever, and that's one flat piece of metal. Hickory dickory dock. Maybe we'll just leave it like that. Take the screws out of her, she's convertible. Right? Take the screws out of her, she's convertible. Love it. You can see how the metal's folding over there. Just keep her, just fold her under, right? Just folding it under, just fold it over. And I'll just keep going, then I'll zip cut it and weld it back together. Put another one on that corner. I put a bunch on that corner. Just go right around it. I think my drill's going to give up soon. It's probably a good thing, though. Zip cut. Go to the back on that side, and then I'll zip cut that. That's down nice, though. I know what you're talking about there. See if the drill will get a hammer for each side. Ho, ho, ho. Where do I want it? Right there will do. Gotta like them self-tappers. They help a person in every way. Look, looks like it has to be stretched. Look at, excuse me. But that's okay. We can fix that. I'm going to have to take that down, push that. Nope, that's all right. There we go. Here we go. Nope. Puckering that thing, would you? Okay, that might have to come up a little bit there. We'll get this side going around, then we'll come work to that corner just like we did on the chop. You know, if you know what I'm trying to say. Put another one in this. Go to the other side. Huh. That's bringing that up for some reason. I'm going to have to take this out. Well, you got to like those things. You can let them off and on, do whatever. Alrighty. When it comes to the corner here, I got to figure out what's going on. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I want. Corners. Wearing a pair of gloves on. I can push that back down. I know I can. Baby turned the heat up. You got any sway? There. Now I want to put the screw. I can't get down on it there with that. It's not the time to quit on me. It's not the time. I'll have to get an electric one, or the electric one. I'm getting excited now. There we go. Now we're talking. Beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. I like that. Now to get this one to go the same way. Ooh. Got a couple things that got to be taken out. Gonna have to keep working it. It fits something nice there, eh? Like you would never get a bit like a nicer place to weld across there. I got that one fitting good. This corner right here is the one. And I don't know what's going on to keep my... Let's get over here. Get some leverage on her. I want a big jack stand to stand on. The other side's going great. I got Tony the Tiger on the other side. Tony the Tiger. Another thing you can tell that's doing its job too, as soon as you take the screws out of it, she comes right up in the air. She comes right up in the air. That thing has to be cut down more. It has to be cut down more. Glasses. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Stinkin'. Gotta take more out of her. There. Just need it more. Just need it more. Why am I having a time at this? I need to get that plucked together. I'm going to take the welder and pluck that together like that, and then this piece can draw it up. See what happens here. I'm having an issue, people. I'm having an issue. Now, it's the corner that I'm having an issue with, obviously. I'm going to do is I'm going to screw the back down. Screw this back down, then I'll work my way over here, I guess. Get this back. This back has to be screwed down to this piece to hold it in place. Right there. Right there. Right there. Damn it. Stay in there, man. Come on, Chevy. Come on, buddy. Come on. I have to go electric. Got the sweat rolling on me, though, eh? It's a good thing. Yeah, so we're having an issue right here at the corner. But I had an issue on that corner there before. We're shrinking it. Notice that? This is the same corner that I had the issue on. And it's probably from being outdoors and being stretched and blown around and twisted and, you know, that's it. All right. Forgive me for the inconvenience, but I gotta try to get this. So I gotta get this. What's going on here is I got a gap going right here. This is laying down, this is holding up, so I gotta obviously get that to come up. For starters, I gotta get it to come up. I'm gonna try over here further. I was hoping that I knew. Can you put the camera down? I need a little bit of downforce here. Maybe I'll take it back off just a second. I'll take more screws though if you're able. I know you're able. Oh, I got some right here, baby. I got them. I'm good. Now, we might be cooking with gas, I'm not sure. No. Maybe. Anyways. Just gonna have to shrink it another way, that's all. And I see how. Now, I shrunk that roof once on that side because it didn't look good. I'm not drunk. I just took a look. Anyways, come take a look. As I got that roof coming down, I can get this down. I'm going to put another screw in. It doesn't hurt how many screws I put in it. I'm going to weld the roof up, but I'm going to weld the roof, you know, where it's tight, obviously. I put a screw in there, keep her down. You're saying you dolly that down just as tight as possible. That needs one there. And I will put the screws to her, because I'll just weld them up with the welder. Bringing that roof up the whole time. All right, come see this. I've got the roof fitting nice. That fits nice. That does not fit nice. So, can you guess what I have to do there? Can you guess what I have to do there? Yeah, or anybody, if I'm guessing, okay. I'll let you guess. You can write your answer, whatever you want to do. But now that that's fitting okay, this has got the pucker this way. That means that this piece of metal right on this side has got too much metal. This one is okay because it's laid down nice. This one's got too much metal, so I'm going to zip cut it across here, and I got to shrink this piece to get down to that piece. Got to cut across here because I'm going to shrink it. I got to take where there's a pucker. See, there's a pucker this way. I have to get that pucker out of there. In order for me to get that pucker out of there, I have to take metal out of this piece. I'm going to have to split it there, across there, and overlap that and zip cut that back together. Basically, that's about it, you know. I've come around the corner. I've got too much metal on that side. What do you do? Well, I'm going to show you. You know, there's not much I can do about it. You know, if the roof is looking good, you know, if the roof is all coming down good, everything's looking good, there's only one spot that's acting a fool, well, I would never make the rest of, I got a little work to do over there. I got to split that a little bit further. That's good. So what I'm going to do, split this. And that goes in there like that. Now, weld that back together. That'll stop the stretch, or stop that corner. And that was the corner that was doing it to me, you know. A little more here. I'm gonna cut that anyways. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shove this over there the best I can. I'm gonna put a little weld on that just to show you how it looks. And then it's just a matter of doing a good job welding it up, you know, without warping it up. It's basically what's got to be done. There's the name of the game, welding that up without warping it up. If you warp it, it's just like you smashing your car. You have to repair it with something, and if you haven't got the parts or the panels or whatever, then that means you're into welding and body fill and all that good stuff. All that good stuff. So, let's bring the welder down a little bit. Have to hammer and dolly those a little bit. The Plenishing Hammer that I got from Rod would be perfect for that, you know, if you were... Actually, I want to hit that again because I'm going to hit it with a hammer, and I want it to stay. If possible. Now, when I weld that all up, we'll have an air hose. An air hose. It's always nicer to have a little bigger gap where you stop your cut because it seems to want to pucker there every time, you know? Turn that on. I'm just going to tack it where it's flush, where it looks good. Can't see, but open your eyes, eh? Come on, baby, connect. We got her connected. Yeehaw! And it's a matter of how much you want to play with that and how nice you make that look. That's the only thing, you know. How much do you want to play with that to make that look good? And that's basically it. That's a coat hanger trick. I had the coat hanger this morning. I got her right here. That's a coat hanger trick. I should have the air. Is the air on? Yeah. It's on. I want the air because I don't want to warp anything. And that's what I use it for. Anybody still using cold air? You're in the... That's quite a gap there. Just like that. Just love the coat hanger across there. Just to hold it. We'll put a little more meat on it. If I go back in there and weld right on top of that again, it's going to take off, if you know what I'm trying to say. Leave that alone and put some meat somewhere else and then connect it together. You know, if you come back in there and try to hit that again, it's going to take off on you. I'm going to go down the road a little bit. Hit another one. See that slag going on the inside? Generally don't like that, but what it causes is a mess on the inside. That's what it causes. I'm going to go up here because I'm going to screw that down, hit that down. That's a good thing when you can hit the roof and it's coming back up. That's good. That's a good thing when... I'm going to get up there and weld that down because that looks too good. That looks too damn good, man. What I'm going to do is I'm going to weld all three of them together. I'm using my hammer as my third arm. And my one leg like an ostrich. There. Back another go. There might have to be a little more shrinking going on there. There's a little dent there, just got to play with that. I guess it's just a process what I'm going through. I'm just kind of doing a process, and the process is trying to get all the metal to lay flat before I take off and punch some weld on it. That's basically all I'm doing. And that corner looks good now. Like it's coming. It still might even have to come down some more. I'm gonna have to cut it again, bring it down some more, a little bit. Let's bring this. See what this says. Ha ha ha! Fooled ya. Never plugged it in. I like the self-tappers too. They bring everything nice and tight and right. I'm going to soak this corner in them. I can't help it. You got to have it. You know, we got to have it. We got to have it fitting right. Now I can hit that down, lay that down. Beautiful. Got a nice edge of tap on the back here to weld to. Didn't cut it too short this time. That roof seems to be up higher on that one side. Got to play with it a little bit. You have to remember, this roof never went together like this. You know, you have to play with it a bit. But we're just a little bit up. This side is really nice. We can be banged up. This side's really good. Perfect. This side is up just, it's not bad. What will happen is, try to get it down a little bit. It's looking real good. Let's just you can take a walk around it if you want, sweetheart, in the back. I got to cut it there a little bit more. What's that? Okay. Well, that'll come down like that. That'll push down like that. We'll make sure that's done like that. We'll make sure everything's nice and tight. We're going to butt weld it across the front, and we'll make sure all this is tight and right. That's nice. That's bouncing back up like that. That's how I'm going to put the roof skin on. This here is going to have to be dealt with a little bit. Going to have to take a little more out of there because there's a little bit of pucker going on there. You can see it, or I can see it. There's a little pucker on there. Put a little dolly on that. Make sure it gets nice and tight. Coat hanger the gap up. It's funny, you know. I shrunk that to bring it down. Now I got to. It is what it is, you know. And I had to do it for the eye visual. If I kept letting that side up, I wouldn't have had nothing to look at. Got a little dent in the back window here. I've got a Plenishing Hammer that I can try sometime. Thanks for all the. We got to give a hat away. We're going to give a hat away. Yeah. There's been over. How many comments? We'll find out here, she says. Thanks very much for watching. And that's how I put a roof skin on. Gonna have to go over it a little bit. But make sure, believe me you, I will look it all over and make sure everything looks good before I weld it. I want to get this corner down a little bit more on this side. That's okay. It is what it is. Gonna have to be what it's gonna be. Better than cutting it too short. So the name of our game, like after we turn the video off, we'll be taking a pair of C-clamps and going in there and making sure the metal's down tight. We'll go around the whole roof and tack it down. We're not going to weld it right up. We're just going to tack it. $699, $799, $899, $999. $10.99, $11.99.
That's awesome.
I was listening to Jolene.
Okay, here we go.
Walker Woodle.
Good lesson on using a used roof to fill the hole.
Well, it was a lesson, but my lesson was measure twice and then cut. That was my lesson. But you can do that, that's for sure. Today, we made our own, and I'm happier with making our own because we have a nice sheet of metal. I didn't have to peel all that stuff on from the inside from it burning. It would have been hard to weld on. Also, when it comes time to clean it up, if we ever want to do anything with it, you'd have to clean it and all that sort of stuff. Brand new sheet of metal on there. We're tickety-boo this way. But thanks, everybody. Come back tomorrow, and we'll see you again. Building Hot Wheels. One car at a time. Huh? Peace out.